Recording in progress. Recording in
Okay, so let me share and then you tell me if you can see. So can you see the screen, my friends? Just give me, yeah, I hope now it should be
Yes, sir.
visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me full screen it. So welcome everyone. Welcome to this lecture, and we will be starting our session with one super video, which really motivated me to pursue PhD. So I hope this video might be helpful for you as well.
I cannot
So
explain
let's
in
begin.
words what IISC is, where water would just bounce off of a silicon wafer. I want to send.
Okay, it was a demo. So can you hear the sound?
Yes,
Were
sir,
you
but
able to?
very mild.
Uh, the sound was less. That is what you said. So that you can increase from your side. From my side, it is not a issue. lag will be there. Lag will be resolved in 10 seconds of video. तो वो ठीक हो जाएगा. Don't worry. ठीक है. So you were able to listen the noise, right? That is what I wanted to ask. चलो. Okay. So let's begin. Yeah. Audio was audible. Yes, everyone. I am
Yes,
again starting. Okay.
Very
Okay. So now please see this video. Okay.
I cannot explain in words what IISC is, where water would just bounce off of a silicon wafer. I want to send some tiny little surgeons inside your body. I was very curious to work in the clean room.
पहली बार लाइफ में ऐसा कुछ देखा, that too.
A facility like CeNSE does not exist anywhere in the country.
We don't differentiate the professor with the student. All are scientists, all are researchers.
What we are doing and how it is beneficial to the mankind.
So IISC works in collaboration.
But you have that freedom to choose when to work and what to work.
We have to get something helpful for a mankind.
Even without the infrastructure, this place has everything.
And we need to not think big, maybe think small this time.
जब मैं IISc में पहली बार आया तो I was so excited to see the scientific energy inside the campus. CeNSE has one of the best nanofabrication centers in the world.
And the lab here does everything from the scratch, maybe material growth, maybe fabrication, characterization, even packaging. So it's like everything built from the scratch at one place, which you do not get anywhere.
ऐसा तो कहीं नहीं मिलेगा environment. So if you go to universities abroad, that is the culture that you have in IISc in terms of research.
Your research is not just narrowly applicable towards getting you a degree, it also has real-world ramifications.
You are ultimately answering the most difficult questions which have not been answered before.
Like that is the biggest thing. When you are doing research, you should not follow someone. कि जो book में है वही करना है, then that is not research, right? You are not doing any new thing. When you will solve real-time problems, then only some things will happen.
We don't aim at just getting research papers online. So our aim is to reach the common people.
The academic freedom is quite unique. You get to pursue your problems. You are not forced to do something some higher authority decides.
Most of the time it's encouraged that if you think of your own idea and work on it, and you can directly go to the professor and say, see, I have something like this. And in many cases it is being appreciated from the professor. So sense में एक open atmosphere.
So my area of research is actually one of the leading cutting edge problems what we are currently facing in the world. So there are only few labs which can do this kind of research in the world. I can probably say that.
Which is especially important because we tend to glorify what's happening outside India and not know what's happening here in our country.
अपनी इंडियन टेक्नोलॉजी को जो हमने रिसर्च किया उसका एक एक चीज हमने इस सोल पे किया है, इंडियन धरती पे किया है, सारा रिसर्च यहाँ पे हुआ. आज हमारे पास 21 इंटरनेशनल पेटेंट्स हैं इन 5 डिफरेंट कंट्रीज.
यहाँ पे रिसर्च कल्चर मोर प्लेजेंट है
at least in sense, right? The environment is very open and collaborative.
We don't work individually. Everyone works in a team.
They don't treat like, okay, your students or subordinates, nothing like that. They treat us as colleagues. So we pitch ideas, they give ideas, we suggest, we discuss.
So actually we can do collaborative research within IISc and outside IISc.
Right on the first day of orientation at CeNSE, we were told that the professors have an open door policy. I'm not limited to just talking to my supervisor.
If any problem comes, we go to the expert of that problem or that domain and we just seek help. So this is how our family works.
That is one of the best features of this department, and specifically IISc, I can say.
See, in our lab, there are people from different backgrounds. I'm a graduate in physics. There are people from biotechnology. It's like, as you say, symbiotic relationship between different people in the lab.
For example, I am an electrical engineer by training, but what I did here can be characterized as material science and applied physics. And I have my lab mates who are materials engineers and metallurgists who are trying to make electrical devices. And we have people who are electrical engineers who have worked on problems associated with biology and biosensors. So extremely interdisciplinary aspect of work is something that's unique to CeNSE.
So I think that we've had a few serendipitous papers, etc., that we wrote together because I was curious about what they did and they were curious about what I did, and we found that there is a common applicability for maybe something that they are doing that can be applied to my work or something that I'm doing that can be applied to them.
जब टूल्स पे आप खुद काम करते हो, you get that exposure. यहाँ पे we get independent access.
So that's the level of freedom you have. When you say freedom, that's what a researcher would expect. That you should have the freedom of time and accessibility. कभी भी आके कर सकता है, and कोई भी tool आप कर सकते हैं. Almost 70 to 80% of tools or equipments are available right here. And there is, in fact, a freedom to build your own tool. You can order things around and you can assemble tool for your own purpose and you can do research here.
And like in my PhD also, I made my setup from the scratch. Like I remember that day when my experiment first time gave me results. I was jumping in the lab.
Excellent environment, top-notch work ethic, high-quality people around you.
So you could easily say it is father of research in India.
So if you plan to do something good for the mankind in terms of research, then I can tell you IISc is the best place.
I feel very blessed to be in Center for Nanoscience and Engineering.
Doesn't matter which field you are from, where you are coming from, I would say, because nanoscience is such an interdisciplinary aspect that we have here, it has something in box for everyone.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, so this is why CeNSE is CeNSE and why IISc is IISc. Okay, this is why IISc is IISc, and none of the statement which was given in the video is wrong. I have been there. I have done PhD. I was the PhD student in that department, and I have seen everything in the same exact way. I was doing the same experiments. I was doing the same things. So basically, the idea which I want to give you is that the world is much more than our imagination. It is much more than one job. It is much more than one physics career. It is a very big thing. Okay, and you have a chance to be the places at like this. Now imagine a person who is at some place and do the PhD afterwards. Do you have a question in mind that will that person have a job or not? That person will be the number one person who will be employed. So don't worry about the jobs. At this moment, you have to think for the missions. Now, with the war coming in, with all the things coming in, one thing that you have to understand is that the future is going to be with the science and technology, and it has to be with the research. Okay, in India, even people says that research career is not good. No, it is completely wrong. You are at a wrong place if your career is not good, because in research a lot of money is being pumped in. There are top institutions which are pumping in the money. And the few important aspects I will be telling you, if you look at the UPSC previous year results, you will see that maximum lateral entries which are happening. Lateral entries means the people who are hired in the ministries of government after the age of 40 were from these places like IISC, IISERS, and they were the scientists. And then they directly got converted into group level 13, level 14 lateral entry jobs. So even they were above the you can say the present IAS officers at that time, because you directly get hired in the ministries. ठीक है, you are directly working in the secretariats because the scientists are directly hired into the lateral entries as well. So from the point of view of industry, from the point of view of the government job, if you have the capability to be the best, then we have the best places in India to train you. ठीक है, and just examination is one of the best exam which will give you direct entry into this department. So I will give you my experience. My rank was 132, and I am from general category, and I got the chance to give an interview in this department. I was qualified. The interview was not very difficult. It was very basic interview, but they expect you to know the things, especially solid state physics and these kind of things. And after the interview, I was given the chance to work here, and everything which was there in a video, I would say that it is even better than that. It is even better than that. And especially money wise, especially culture wise, I would say that it is, yes, PhD is difficult. Any day of the time you will ask me, is PhD fun? No. At the end of the day, PhD is something which is difficult, but can the environment make it simple? Yes. Can the future which is in front of you, can that make it simple? Yes. But yes, all the time you have uncertainties, that is for sure. उसको तो कभी avoid नहीं कर सकते. So maybe it is one thing that you should try for it. Definitely try for it. There are many other such departments as well in India. But to be honest, IISC is IISC. No one can beat it. Whatever world ranking tells you, in India, there is no better place for research other than IISC. That is my experience. I have been to IIT Delhi. I have seen IIT Bombay as well. In IIT Madras also, I know some PhD students, but no one can match the contact of IISc as such. Okay? So now you tell me, you were asking me the question that is it possible in 1 month? Now in the chat box, I'm asking everyone, do you want to make it possible in 1 month? Are you going to work to make it possible in 1 month? No, don't ask me. You tell me, are you going to make it possible? Okay? That is the question. ठीक है, the question is not that is it possible, the question is that we have to make it possible. ठीक है, so the idea is very simple. We have 1 month left. ठीक है, and we don't need to be master of everything. हमें सब चीजों का master नहीं बनना है. We have to qualify the cutoff, and we have to improve the rank in a way that we get a rank under 150. 150 rank is our target, and we are going to do that. How we are going to do that? I will give you both the advices. How my classes are going to help you, and even without the classes, how it can happen. So first, let's understand very quickly. In 2026, first you have just in on 12th April. So our full focus is first of all here, so that at least we can secure some good PhD. We can secure some good PhD, and if we get all India rank under 150, I will exactly train you for an interview in this department. मतलब कि I am going to train my students, whoever qualify the just examination. And if you are a general category student, and if you get under 100, 150 rank, and if you are OBC and you are SC, ST under 250 rank, I am going to train you for this department as well. That what are the key areas you need, they are going to ask you, because I know that which professor is going to ask you which question. I know that if Pawan Nakula sir is there, that question, what questions will come. If this person is there, which questions are going to come. And at least 4 of my known students are already in this department. So I know that what interview questions were asked from them every year, they keep it same because they are expecting the similar kind of people. Physics students especially, they are hiring physics student for PhD, and this is an interdisciplinary department. Okay? So many are there. Also, at the same time, I will also be guiding you for other departments of IISc, but that session I will take later on. when our gate and jam result is declared. So then I will take another session and I will guide you that where to apply. But abhi hamara focus hai कि we have to maximize our chances for more and more institutions. For that we need under 150 or ideally under 100 rank in Jest. ठीक है? Now tell me, for 100 rank, what is required? First of all, what is required? So now 100 rank is for two categories. One is for integrated PhD, and let me ask you this question, and one is for PhD. So if you need under 100 rank, let's start with integrated PhD. How many marks you need out of 100? Yes. Let's be starting from here. What do you think? How many marks are required for under 100 in integrated PhD? Yes. Okay, 35 to 40. Okay, good estimate. Let's write 35 to 40. Good estimate, good estimate. Now let's go for PhD. If you are going for PhD for under 100 rank, what is the marks you need? 60 is too much. 60 is too much. At max, if the paper is very easy, at max you can say 52 to 53. Okay, at max, this is a maximum range if the paper is easy. But usually just if we leave last year, other than that, just never asked too easy paper. So if you omit that, I would say you can reduce 5 marks from this. Agar just ka paper normal aata hai, if the just paper comes like a just paper, then I would say it is 35 and this is not more than 45. Okay, not more than 45. Last year only it happened that paper was very easy. So it was basically a very different issue because last year paper also got delayed too much. If you pick up any of the previous papers, you will understand that last year they really asked the direct jam level questions. So that is why the cutoff went very high. But if you look at the previous years, never it has happened that such high cutoffs have been declared. And this year also the exact same thing will happen because they have reduced 10 questions. So this year what is going to happen is they are only going to ask you 40 questions and they're going to give you 100 marks and they're going to give you 3 hours. Till last year, the number of questions were 50. Now they are not asking 50 questions, but only 40 questions. So definitely the questions are not going to be simple or straightforward. Okay? So that is an idea. Now regarding where to apply, when to apply for IISc, only wait for 2-3 more days when our gate result is out and our jam result is out. I will take a full session and guide you that, okay, these are the institutions which you should apply. So the idea is I will make sure that you apply in IISc, so don't worry about that. But that we will take before the deadline. है ना? अभी हम थोड़ा सा just के बारे में बात करेंगे. In just exam, in just we are going to have 6 subjects. We are going to have 6 subjects. है ना? So let me go to the last page. So just has 6 subjects. We all know that. And in those 6 subjects, we have mathematical physics, we have classical mechanics, we have quantum mechanics, we have thermo and stat mech, and we are going to have electronics, and right. So this is our electronics part is there. Okay, let me write it here as well. Classical, and then we are going to have EMT. Okay, so these are our 6 subjects. Okay, now see the idea is that in these 6 subjects, if you start covering all the subjects, it is good. You have to cover all the subjects. But second of all, within the subjects, you have to be very selective for the topics. So I already in the previous session, I told you that what are the most important 30 topics which you need. I will reshare those. But the idea is that from every subject, there are 4 to 5 topics which are important, which are extremely important. Okay? And if those 4 to 5 topics are being done in a good way, just ask again and again from these questions. For example, if I have to choose for mathematical physics, 4 topics: vector algebra, vectors basically, then you have probability, then you have complex, then you have differential equations, and then you have is matrices. So if you do these 5 things, the questions are going to be from these 5 things. Okay? And this is basically which we have. Now same thing in the classical mechanics, you need basic mechanics. In basic mechanics, then you need Lagrangian and Hamiltonian, then you need small oscillations, and then you basically need central forces, and then you need special theory of relativity. Again 5 topics, and every question is going to be from 5 topics. And similarly for quantum mechanics also, you know that in quantum mechanics we need basic quantum mechanics, then we need is quantum mechanics in 1D, especially harmonic oscillator, infinite well, right, and finite well, and Dirac delta potential, right. Then we are going to have 2D and 3D potential, then we are going to have is angular momentum, and then we are going to have is a perturbation theory. ठीक है, यही टॉपिक्स में से क्वेश्चन आना है. देयर इज नथिंग. एंगुलर मोमेंटम प्लस हाइड्रोजन एटम वी कैन से. नाउ इन थर्मोस्टेट वी ऑलरेडी कवर्ड अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग. वी कवर्ड फर्स्ट लॉ ऑफ thermodynamics, then entropy, right? Entropy, then Carnot cycle, right? Then kinetic theory of gases, then microcanonical ensemble, then microstates, and then canonical ensemble. That's all. This is what your thermo and stat looks like. In electronics, semiconductor physics, then we are going to have diodes, right? Diodes, then we are going to have transistors, then we are going to have op-amp, and then we are going to have logic gates. That's all. If you do these 5 things in a good way, maximum questions are going to be from here. And EMT, you know that you are going to have Gauss law, then you are going to have electric field, then you are going to have potential, then you are going to have work done and energy, and then you are going to have boundary conditions, then you are going to have magnetism, right? Then you're going to have electrical dipole moment and magnetic dipole moment, then you are going to have Faraday law, and then you are going to have EM waves. So basically this is what your syllabus looks like. Some part of the image problem or multiple expansion can come, but this is less important, but still it is there. ठीक है, दिस इज योर सिलेबस रिटन इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. ठीक है जी, अभी क्या करना है? when the syllabus is written in front of you, what should be our approach for next 1 month? Approach is very simple. First of all, look inside you. ठीक है, so let's say I am here. So you are here, you are this person, and you look inside you and you realize that okay, in front of me there are 30 topics which are written. ठीक है, so 30 topics which are written. Now, whenever the new topic starts, so let's say today we are going to decide that let's study perturbation theory. So let's say today we are going to have a perturbation theory as a topic. Ask yourself the question first. Where am I on the perturbation theory? Am I at a very low level, or am I already knowing the perturbation theory? So you are here or you are here. Okay? So try to grade yourself on this scale. What is my level in perturbation theory? So let's say you are a BSc student. So for a BSc student, you will think that I am not good in perturbation theory because I have never studied it. For an MSc student, you might think that I know that a good quality of question, but sometimes I get stuck in the algebra. When you know that where are you on this scale, then the next step comes. So if you are a noob, basically a beginner or a noob, then your main idea for that topic should be to gain the basic knowledge, at least do easy to moderate questions. Okay, easy to moderate questions, and not waste your time in very difficult questions. For example, there are some students who are very much fascinated in doing 100% perfection. So what they focus on is that, let's say I take a perturbation theory lecture and then I give an assignment in which there are 20 questions. Now in these 20 questions, they will hyperly focus on those 3 or 4 questions which are very difficult. Okay? That should not be the goal. That should be your goal only if you are little bit into this. If you already know basics, you know easy to moderate questions, then you should waste or you should spend your energy into those difficult level things. If you think that in this assignment there are 5 questions which I am not comfortable in, leave those 5 questions. Understand one thing: whenever an assignment is being given, if someone gives you an assignment and let's say that assignment has 20 questions, understand one thing, that 80% of the assignment can be done in 1 or 2 hours, and another 20% of the assignment will take another 1 to 2 hours. First of all, you have to start saving these 1 to 2 hours. It's not really crucial to do every advanced question, right? It is very, very advisable that you can directly call that, okay, I do not understand these 5 questions. I'm not going to waste too much time on these 5 questions. And I am going to directly ask sir the doubt on this. Ki, sir, I'm really not interested in these 5 questions. Please explain me in a simple way. See, what are the new things I will be learning from these 5 questions? Please teach me that. And other 15 questions I have already done from my side. Okay, what is the purpose of assignment? First of all, so this is first thing. When you do this, this is your goal. How do you learn? When I say basics, what is the meaning of basics? So basic has few things. First of all, it involves formula, it involves concept, it involves logic flow. Until unless you don't have a logic flow in the topic, then it is all bad. For example, we are learning something. For example, we are learning the Lagrangian mechanics. When we are learning the Lagrangian mechanics, there has to be a flow. Okay, what that flow is. Okay, how did I decided the first step? So let's say I give you the question, and first step will always come from the logic flow. Physics के अंदर logic flow is very important. पहला step कैसे डेवलप होगा, दैट बेसिकली डिपेंड्स कि आपके दिमाग में लॉजिक इज फिटिंग प्रॉपरली और नॉट. ठीक है, more than concepts, the logics are important. For example, let's say you have a question in which you have a disk, and on the disk a person is moving. So now a logic flow says that I have to use polar coordinates. The person who thinks that, okay, I have to use polar coordinates, and this is how I write the velocity square in polar coordinates, this is how I'm going to write kinetic energy, this is how I'm going to, this is a logic flow that should come in a mind when you read the question. So when you are studying basics, first thing is that you have to understand what is being taught to you, what is the basic concept there, what is the formula which is being taught, and you have to be patient. You have to be patient कि okay ये बताया जा रहा है, and then you have to ask the questions in a right way to the teacher that why this step is being followed. Most of the time, basically me and also any other teacher explains that, okay, ki why I'm using this logic flow. So you have to focus there ki why teacher used that, rather than there are many video lectures or video sessions on YouTube and so on and so forth, which are 3 or 4 hour long, and they are doing either they are doing every question in a class, or they are basically using time waste. Avoid both things. Number one, do not do everything from the class. If someone is teaching you every single question, then basically after your 6 months of preparation, you will not be able to solve a single problem, because you are now basically in a habit that one question you read and then some puppet starts to speak, some puppet starts to explain. That is a wrong habit. हाँ, कुछ 5 क्वेश्चन अगर टीचर ने एक्सप्लेन किए तो then based on those 5 questions, another 10 questions you should be able to solve. Until unless you are not able to solve the 10 questions in an exam, the same thing is going to happen. You are not going to solve the questions. Okay, so forms, concepts, logic flow, and then assignment comes. Assignment is most important. Now assignment ke andar you have to implement this. Assignment ke andar you have to implement the logic flow, you have to implement the concept, you have to implement the formula, you have to understand that which formula has to be used, and your algebra skills increase, your calculus skills increase, and so on and so forth. Okay, the mind fog is there. The moment there is a difficult question which involves 2 pages, or which involve Gaussian integral, or which involve Dirac delta integration, many people get scared, especially BSE student. They think that, oh, Gaussian integral aa gaya. But usually it takes only some amount of efforts to understand that I can understand Gaussian integral, and now I can use this Gaussian integral in many questions. तो वो जो हैबिट है ना, दैट आई डू नॉट स्केयर ऑफ मैथ्स, आई गेट इन्वॉल्व इन द मैथ्स, दैट इज व्हाट द जस्ट एग्जाम एंड टीआई फॉर काइंड ऑफ एग्जाम्स आर लुकिंग फॉर. तो असाइनमेंट के अंदर व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू इज, व्हाट आर वी आर ऑलरेडी डूइंग आल्सो इज दैट डू नॉट ओनली फोकस ऑन जस्ट पीवाईक्यू. जस्ट पीवाईक्यू रिमेन्स मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट, but if you try to look at just PYQ, you will see that they are the questions picked up from GATE PYQ, they are the questions which are picked up from NET PYQ, and they are the questions which are picked up from JAM PYQ. So at least these 4 papers you must be doing. So let's say you do perturbation theory, then perturbation theory के just PYQ, GATE PYQ, NET PYQ, JAM में तो चलो that topic is not there. So 3 papers के PYQ you must be there. That is how I am giving an assignment, and that is how every student of the course is doing an assignment. ठीक है. The reason being because one topic has 20 questions hardly if you choose all 4. So if you choose all 4, one topic will have roughly 20 questions. And everyone can solve 20 questions every day. Because if you're not willing to solve 20 questions in an every day, I don't think so that you are basically anyway eligible for any sort of exam. है ना? 20 क्वेश्चन रोज तो करना is a minimum requirement. So 20 questions every day you do, then what will happen is your numerical or your assignment solution. Then what will happen is the direct gate question will be asked in Jest, direct net question will be here, some new question will also be there, but you will see the direct question or directly the same concept, same logics will be there in a paper. वो जरूरी है, वो जरूरी है. Until unless you don't have that, ये जरूरी. जो ये नहीं करेगा, who do not do this, they can still qualify maybe, but your top rank will not be guaranteed because you are leaving the very basic practice. Very basic practice को आप अगर जो है छोड़ रहे हैं. Now in assignment, when you are doing an assignment, let's say you did the question number 1 and you got answer A, right? Now in answer key check that is the answer really A, and if somehow your answer is B, right, then check that, oh, give yourself punishment that I did the wrong answer and answer was actually B. I made a mistake, because you have to realize that you are making mistake in an assignment, because if you are making mistake in an assignment, you are going to make mistake in the exam also. So हर एक क्वेश्चन को critically analyze करना है कि once we do the question, our answer should exactly match with the previous question. मतलब कि assignment का आंसर की बहुत जरूरी है वो चीज. ठीक है जी. तो क्या लॉजिक फ्लो यूज करेंगे हम? सबसे पहले जो कि चाहिए आपको, देखिए, सबसे पहले आपको चाहिए सिलेबस कवरेज. Syllabus coverage means you must know the syllabus. You must know what is Lagrangian, what is Hamiltonian, what are the formulas, how to do the questions, all of these things. So basic syllabus coverage has to be done. Second is that every day along with the syllabus you need assignment. आपको रोज के रोज असाइनमेंट करना ही पड़ेगा. You have to do an assignment. If you are not doing an assignment of the same topic, then nothing is going to work out. And then you have to do a revision along with it. Revision does not happen in the end. Revision keeps on happening along the syllabus. And then you have to give the test. So these are the 4 steps which are there for any exam. Syllabus के अंदर, as I told you, there are 30 topics, and you, if I am telling you, यहाँ पे मेरी बात को ध्यान से सुनना. There are 30 topics, roughly 30 to 35 topics are there. If someone did 60% of it, 60% of it with the assignment, with the revision, with the test, if someone did 60% of it, only my classes, nothing else, मतलब मेरी क्लासेस या आपने उसके आसपास का चीज पढ़ लिया, 60% of it, तो योर एग्जाम विल बी क्वालिफाइड विद अंडर 200 150 रैंक. हाँ, उस दिन आप अच्छा परफॉर्म करें, दैट हैज टू बी, दैट इज अ क्राइटेरिया. मतलब सेम क्वेश्चन आ रहा है फिर भी आप नहीं कर पा रहे, तो दैट इज अ डिफरेंट इशू. You must have a logical brain. Logical brain is required, but 60% of the syllabus भी अगर आपने खत्म किया, we will be completing 100%. But अगर आपने अपनी तरफ से उसको 60%, even if you complete it before an exam with a good revision and with a good confidence that I am confident about this topic, that feeling should come that I am confident about this. I have done the assignment, I have done the lecture, I have done, I know about this topic. 60% of the syllabus, if you do out of these 30 topics, you will qualify, because the cutoffs are not very high. First of all, cutoffs are not going to be very high, because the remaining 40% even you will can do something, but 60% syllabus करना बहुत जरूरी है. Less than 60% if you don't do, you cannot qualify. अब 60% syllabus को सिर्फ only syllabus, forget about assignment, anything else, how much efforts is required only to complete 60%? Every day 3 hours are required, even if you just want to complete 60% of the syllabus consistently for next 30 days. It means almost 100 hours are required just to complete 60% of the syllabus. और मे बी मोर देन 60 आपका भी हो जाएगा, 60 70 80 तक आप चले जाओगे अगर आप रोज 3 आवर्स ऑन कंसिस्टेंटली बेसिस आप देते हो. सो दिस इज नंबर 1 क्राइटेरिया. अब if you look at the syllabus, 60% of the questions तो आ गए, but will you be able to solve it? Will you be able to realize that okay कि ये है, this is a question, this is the question? No, the answer is no until unless you don't do an assignment of this 60% syllabus. इसी 60% का अगर आप assignment जब तक solve नहीं करेंगे, तब तक even if the same question in an exam comes, you will not be able to understand कि same question आया था या same ही logic था. You will not be able to trace the logics. So assignments are required. So अगर आपको 60% सिलेबस एंड असाइनमेंट्स कंप्लीट करने हैं तो एवरी डे यू नीड 3 आवर्स. अगर आपको यही 80% को क्रॉस करना है तो एवरी डे यू 3 को भी 4 करना चाहिए, बिकॉज असाइनमेंट्स आर आल्सो इंक्लूडेड. सो 60% सिलेबस प्लस असाइनमेंट ऑफ 60% सिलेबस नीड्स 4 आवर एवरी डे फ्रॉम टुडे. 80% सिलेबस नीड्स एटलीस्ट मोर देन 6+ hours. 6 आवर्स से भी ज्यादा ही मैं समझूंगा एवरी सिंगल डे, एंड यू विल बी एबल टू कंप्लीट 80% प्लस सिलेबस. ठीक है. And revision is very simple. Every 2 weeks you give a test. Basically from now onwards, every Sunday is going to be a test. So every Sunday I'm going to conduct a test. And इस संडे के हर संडे के टेस्ट में you have to revise. So whatever you studied till that point, you revise and you give the test. Then again, whatever you studied till that point, you revise and then you give the test. तो ये जो है लॉजिक आपको करना पड़ेगा. अब हमें समझना है कि which 60%, which 80%, how much hours. So first of all, before I went into that, everyone in the chat box tells me that how many hours you are willing to give for next 1 month. How many hours you can give daily? No one can give an answer more than 8. I don't need 8 hours plus from anyone. So रोज आप कितने आवर कंसिस्टेंसी का मतलब समझो. Every day until unless you don't die, you give every day that many hours. ठीक है. Think about all the exams and all of these, whatever you have. Tell me how many hours you have every day. 4 to 5, 5, 6, 10. Okay, so everyone is beyond either. Some are 3. Okay, 4, 5, 6. तो है, टाइम है आप लोगों के पास. You have the time. मतलब basically you have the leverage of time. सो 6 to 8 आवर, 8 आवर से प्लस तो कभी जाना ही नहीं है, यू कैन नॉट इवन गो, मतलब 8 आवर से प्लस इनकंसिस्टेंटली यू कैन नॉट गो, मतलब आप पूरा हफ्ता में 8 आवर्स इज इम्पॉसिबल। एवरी डे इफ यू मैनेज 6 आवर्स इट इज ओके, 6 आवर्स अगर आप मैनेज कर सकते हैं तो आई थिंक इट इज फाइन। So what is going on? What is basically going on? So I started one course on 1st February. Many of you are already the course students, so I am going to help you with that. This is our progress, right? So our thermodynamics and statistical mechanics is done. There were 18 classes in this, and 11 assignments we did in this subject. So this is done. We are already done with 15 classes of EMT and 5 assignments of EMT. We are done with classical mechanics ka 7 classes and 6 assignments. दिस इज अवर ट्रैक फॉर टिल नाउ। अभी हमें मैथमेटिकल करना है, क्वांटम करना है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स करना है, और इन दोनों सब्जेक्ट्स को कंप्लीट करना है। तो a lot of things we have to complete. Now if you start from today, what you can expect and what you can do. So every day, first of all, you have two live classes. First class is from 6 to 7:15 and one is from 7:30 to 9 p.m. So basically these 3 hours are booked. Your 3 hours are booked. So even if you don't study any self-study, you need to give 3 hours for the classes. Now some people save the time. For example, they don't attend the live class, they watch the recording. But that is highly inconsistent. They leave the classes after few days and so on and so forth. पहली बात तो live classes है. If you for some reason miss the class between 6 to 9, only then watch the recording. So 3 hours goes here. Is this 3 hours worth it? Yes. In these 3 hours, you are going to have a idea about full syllabus. You are going to have an discussion of all the assignments. You are going to have an idea about the concepts, how to solve the problems, how to draw the graph, what are the short tricks, how to improve your mathematics, integrations, Gaussian integrals, how to use them in questions, what are the concepts, what are all the formulas I need to know, what is the concept, everything. So 3 hours will basically are there to complete your syllabus. This is only to give you an idea of syllabus. Ki, haan ji bhaiya, this is how the biryani is being made. This is how we make a super dish in the kitchen. But will you be able to make a dish if I send you to the kitchen? No. So 3 hours goes here. Acha. If you from today start attending live classes, you will be able to cover 60% of the syllabus, because about 60% of the syllabus is remaining. So we will be covering that 60% of the syllabus, and you will be also be able to cover the 60% of the syllabus. Okay. Now, how we are going to cover the syllabus till 25 March, I am going to complete classical mechanics and EMT, because there are two classes. In one class, classical mechanics is going on, in second class, EMT is going on. So till 25 March, I am going to cover classical and EMT. Then from 25 March onward, in one of the class, I am going to hold quantum mechanics till 8th April. So till 8th April, I am going to hold quantum mechanics. But in the other class, I will be teaching you mix electronics and maths, because someday we will be doing diode, someday we will be doing complex, someday we will be doing transistor, someday we will be doing differential equation. So in one of the class, we will be having a mix electronics and mathematics. And in the second class, we are going to have a dedicated quantum mechanics for 15 days. So this is how your subject is going to be done. इसके अंदर सबसे बड़ा problem is that you have missed a lot of EMT, you have missed a lot of classical, and you have missed thermodynamics and statistical mechanics completely. But let's forget about what you have missed. If you do from live, अभी से अगर आप live देखते हैं तो 3 hours goes here. Undoubtedly, रोज 3 hour आना, बोलना बड़ा आसान होता है. इट इज वेरी सिंपल टू से आई एम गोइंग टू गिव 6 hours. जब आपको 3 hour रोज आना पड़ेगा ना, रोज एवरी डे यू हैव टू कम एंड लिसन टू दिस अगली फेस, दैट बिकम्स अ प्रॉब्लम. वो कंसिस्टेंसी चाहिए, उसके बिना किसी का आईआईएससी, किसी का कुछ नहीं क्लियर होने वाला है. ठीक है, उसके बिना आप नहीं है. सम पीपल कम, आई रियली अप्रिशिएट दोस पीपल हु डेली कम टू द क्लास, बहुत उनका, और दे विल सी द बेनिफिट इन एन एग्जाम. उसके अलावा एवरी डे यू नीड एटलीस्ट 90 minutes फॉर असाइनमेंट. तो बेसिकली 4 hours and 30 minutes आर बुक्ड इफ यू डू नॉट कवर एनी बैकलॉग. अगर आप कोई भी बैकलॉग कवर नहीं कर रहे हैं तो 4.5 से 4.5 घंटे आपके रोज बुक्ड है. सो एवरी डे योर 4.5 hours इज बुक्ड. सो विथ दिस 4.5 hours यू आर गोइंग टू कवर 60% ऑफ द सिलेबस. इसके ऊपर आपकी अब कैपेबिलिटी है. इफ यू गो बियॉन्ड दिस, then you have recording of this available, then you have recording of these available. If you can start watching the recording, अब उसके ऊपर आप जितने भी आवर्स देते हैं, यू कैन कवर उसके ऊपर का सिलेबस. इफ यू गिव एवरी डे 1 extra hour, यू विल बी एबल टू कंप्लीट थर्मोडायनेमिक्स एंड स्टैट. तो अगर आप रोज 1 आवर देते हैं और अगर आप 2 आवर रोज देते हैं, तो यू विल ऑल्सो बी एबल टू कंप्लीट ऑल द असाइनमेंट्स ऑफ थर्मो एंड स्टैट. सो अगर आप 4.5 आवर for live things and 2 hour for recorded thing you give for next 30 days. मैंने आज तक किसी भी कोर्स में स्टूडेंट से 6.5 hours की डिमांड नहीं की है. टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, माई कोर्सेज हैव ऑलवेज बीन रिवीजन कोर्सेज. I have never expected my student to give me this much of time, but the thing is really you are targeting for a high scope. If you are not really targeting for a high scope, you just want to qualify CUET, तो आप बस ये लाइव क्लासेस देख लो, आपका CUET तो वैसे ही हो जाएगा. एंड इफ यू आर ओनली लुकिंग फॉर जस्ट कट ऑफ पास इन जेस्ट, आप सिर्फ लाइव देख लो, आपका जेस्ट का कट ऑफ पास हो जाएगा. बट इफ यू आर रियली लुकिंग फॉर टॉप डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ IISc, then 4.5 hour for live and 2 hour daily for recording is must requirement to complete your syllabus. If you do self study, this is 12 hours, because first you have to find a relevant material, then relevant assignment. In this, for your 6.5 hours, I am spending 4 hours. But from my side, the 4, even though I am already advanced and I know all the topics, still 4 hours of daily goes into this. Why? Because first we have to make sure that how to teach everything in 1 hour class. Then we have to make sure that a relevant question after every class is given. For example, if today I have taught this much Lagrangian mechanics, then the assignment of this much questions only has to go, so that every day students solve the exact questions which have been taught in the class. Or wo questions are from gate net, and then we have to make an assignment solutions, and then we have to discuss those solutions. तो 4 घंटे जाते हैं. तो basically I am saving 4 hours for your life. 4 से 5 hours I am saving for you. ये आपका टाइम सेविंग है. अगर आप इसको खुद करेंगे तो बुक रीड करेंगे, समझेंगे, चैट जीपीटी से बात करेंगे, दीज एंड दोट एंड उसके बाद आपको हो सकता है 10 से 15 टॉपिक यू कैन एबल टू कंप्लीट. तो अभी से आई वांट, जो ऑलरेडी मेरे कोर्स स्टूडेंट है उनसे व्हाट आई वांट इज कि रोज आपको अटेंड करनी है लाइव क्लास. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, every day. If you miss live class, no problem. Watch the recording, but every day make sure that you complete that. And every day you spend 90 minutes on assignment. That's all. And any doubt you have in an assignment, keep clear, because every assignment has a fixed date for discussion. कि 2 दिन के बाद ये डिस्कस होने वाली है. So on that day you discuss your doubt, clear your doubt and move on. Then again clear your doubt, move on. Clear your doubt, move on. Every day assignment classes, assignment classes, assignment classes. रोज आपको 4.5 आवर देने हैं. जिस दिन you get comfortable, let's say after 4 days you get comfortable and you are daily giving 4.5 hours, from that day you start giving extra 1 hour or 2 hour for your backlog. अभी से नहीं, अभी पहले दिन 6.5 घंटे पढ़ने की कोशिश मत करो. फर्स्ट डे ओनली ट्राई टू स्टडी 4.5 hour live classes plus assignment, then another day again live classes plus assignment, third day also same. If you do it for 3 consecutive days, every assignment has to be submitted. So if you submit 3 assignments, then from the 4th day you ask yourself that am I comfortable and can I give 2 more hours. So then from that point itself you start giving 2 more hours for thermostatistical mechanics and the pending classes of classical EMT and so on. ठीक है जी. So this is your idea. तो इसी से आपका जो है 1 मंथ में आपका सिलेबस जो है कंप्लीट हो सकता है. अदरवाइज व्हाट विल हैपन, अगर आप सेल्फ स्टडी कर रहे हैं, तो आई वुड रिकमेंड यू टू फोकस ऑन एनी ऑफ द 10 टॉपिक्स. कोई भी 10 टॉपिक उठा लो, बिकॉज 30 डेज में आप सेल्फ स्टडी के थ्रू मोर देन 10 टॉपिक्स नहीं कर पाओगे. पिक एनी 10 टॉपिक्स. आप यूज माई पीडीएफ विच आई हैव गिवन. इन दैट पीडीएफ आई हैव शेयर्ड दैट विच टॉपिक्स आर मोर इंपॉर्टेंट. तो उन 10 टॉपिक्स को इंपॉर्टेंस के वाइज कर लो. एंड आई एम ऑलरेडी शेयरिंग असाइनमेंट्स. तो असाइनमेंट तो आप वैसे भी मेरे से मिल जाएंगे आपको. तो आप असाइनमेंट तो ओपनली अवेलेबल ऑन माई वेबसाइट. तो आप असाइनमेंट सिर्फ 10 टॉपिक कर लो. इफ समवन इज डूइंग सेल्फ स्टडी फॉर वट एवर रीजंस, एवरी डे यू ऑल्सो ट्राई टू गिव 5 to 6 hours, बट मेक श्योर दैट यू डू एनी 10 टॉपिक्स. तो उसके आपके पास नोट्स होंगे या जो भी होगा उससे आप पढ़ाई करो, बट 10 टॉपिक को अच्छे से करके जाओ. एंड इफ यू आर इन द कोर्स, 30 टॉपिक्स हमें करके जाने हैं. एटलीस्ट 60% तो करके जाना है. बट इफ यू गिव 2 more extra hours, अगर आप दे सकते हो तो दे, वो तो आपके ऊपर है. सो इफ यू कैन गिव, यू कैन कंप्लीट द सिलेबस. और उसके बाद what will be the benefit of completing the syllabus? Number 1 is you are going to qualify this exam, but also you are well prepared for June and July CSR net. because you can see already that all this assignment contains the PYQs of CSR net gate, so you are already prepared for that as well. ठीक है, they are already prepared for that as well. तो आपके जो 6 सब्जेक्ट है दे आर ऑल्सो प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर नेट. सो इमीडिएटली आफ्टर द जस्ट रिजल्ट, मान लो आज जस्ट का एग्जाम खत्म हुआ, फ्रॉम वेरी नेक्स्ट डे ओनली 3 सब्जेक्ट्स विल बी लेफ्ट फॉर नेट. यू कैन स्टार्ट द प्रिपरेशन फॉर दोज 3 सब्जेक्ट्स. मैं ही करवा रहा हूँ, मैं our CSR net batches. So immediately after the just we will be shift to CSR net, और वो pending time में whatever topics are left for CSR net we complete that. So एक ही preparation से first just will happen and then net will happen. So this is what we are doing already. So एक महीने में आपने ये सब मिस किया है. If you give 2 hours extra for next 1 month, you can cover it up. Because recording देखने में थोड़ा सा कम टाइम लगता है. You can fast forward, you can save some time. If any doubt is asked, you can skip that and so on so forth. ठीक है जी. So एक मंत्र याद कर लो. Understand one mantra. If you give 4 hours daily, you can complete 60% of the syllabus. If you give 6 plus hours daily, you can complete 80% of the syllabus with assignments. ठीक है. If someone thinks that they can do syllabus wise, they can do more than that, that is not possible. But if someone is doing self study, for you the logic is focus on any 10 topics. कोई भी 10 topics कर लो. If you're not a part of the course, don't try to do everything, क्योंकि नहीं कर पाओगे. हमें ही ये पढ़ाने में बहुत ज्यादा मेहनत करके देन वी कंप्रेस एंड देन वी टीच, तो बहुत ज्यादा टाइम लगता है एक मटेरियल को ढूंढने के लिए. even though we know the concept, but still in order to compress and sequence in a way, it takes a lot of time. तो आप कोई भी 10 टॉपिक फोकस करो जो आपको नहीं आते. जो तो आते हैं उनको छोड़ दो. ऐसा नहीं कि यू नो मैट्रिसेस एंड यू आर स्टडीइंग मैट्रिसेस. इफ यू नो मैट्रिसेस, फॉरगेट अबाउट इट. व्हाट डू यू डोंट नो? लेट्स से यू डोंट नो कॉम्प्लेक्स एनालिसिस, तो देन ट्राई टू डू कॉम्प्लेक्स एनालिसिस. यूट्यूब पे सर्च करो, चैट जीपीटी से पूछो, ट्राई टू फाइंड पीवाईक्यूज. ये सब आपको पीवाईक्यूज वेयर है तो फ्रीली यू कैन एक्सेस ऑन द वेबसाइट. तो कोई 10 टॉपिक करने की कोशिश करो. एंड इफ यू आर इन अ पार्ट ऑफ द कोर्स और इफ यू आर थिंकिंग ऑफ ज्वाइनिंग द कोर्स, देन दिस इज द टारगेट फॉर यू. ठीक है. Immediately after your 12th April, so the moment our exam is over, from 14 or 15 April, I will start the interview classes. So I will start interview classes which will go for 25 days. These interview classes will be very super beneficial for BARC exam, for all the PhD exams. And I will be telling you point wise that if IISc interview is there, which are the topic areas you need to focus on. If this IISc Tirupati is there, which are the topics you need to focus on. If you're telling that these are my 3 subjects, which are the books, and then we will also be learning those concepts. But in classes का benefit तभी होगा if you have covered the basic syllabus first. क्योंकि इंटरव्यू क्लासेस तो तब करोगे ना जब बेसिक आते होंगे. आपको बेसिक लैग्रेंजियन निकालना नहीं आता, तो हाउ यू कैन बेसिकली सॉल्व इट फॉर अ डिफिकल्ट लेवल प्रॉब्लम. तो बेसिक क्लासेस करेंगे तभी आपको बेनिफिट होगा फॉर इंटरव्यू क्लासेस एज वेल. ठीक है. Interview course will be separate. I will relaunch the course of interview, but interview course के लिए एक requirement जरूर रहेगी that you must have a basic knowledge. Basic knowledge will be required. ठीक है. Now whenever gate and jam result will be there, I will take one more session. In that session, but I'm going to help you with these applications. So wait for 3 more days, and then I will be done. If someone asks you after today's session that I want to qualify Jest, what are the 3 things you will tell that person? Number 1 thing, cover the syllabus. Syllabus को खत्म करो. बिना syllabus खत्म किए काम नहीं होगा. And when you are covering the syllabus, focus more on BSc and 11th-12th part rather than MSc part. ये ज़्यादा focused है, ये less focused है. Second thing that someone asks you is what is the second thing that I should be doing? Tell them do the assignments. These assignments must have gate PYQs, this must have just PYQs, and this must have net PYQs, and this must have jam PYQs. For every topic, how many questions are required? 20. So every topic means 20 questions. So if there are 30 topics, with multiply by 20, at least 600 questions you have to do. Uske bina nahi hoga. And if someone asks you what is the third thing, I have to revise every week, and I have to at least give 5 tests of either mixed syllabus, full syllabus, whatever. 5 tests देंगे. ये 3 चीजें जो करेगा उसका जस्ट क्वालिफाई होगा. Otherwise, your just may get qualified, but top rank is difficult. Is really difficult. और दिस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, ठीक है जी। नाउ नेक्स्ट थिंग, few questions. Number one question, can I leave any subject? Yes, if you are doing self study, you have to leave many subjects. If you are a part of the course and you are asking me can I leave any subject, so my answer is no. Do selectively. अब मान लो someone is asking can I leave electronics, अरे यार तुम इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स छोड़, कम से कम डिजिटल गेट्स तो कर सकते, एवरीवन कैन डू एंड गेट और गेट, कम से कम डायोड्स का जीनर डायोड तो कर सकते। डायोड में आपको क्लिपर क्लैंपर यू डिड नॉट अंडरस्टूड, बट डोंट यू अंडरस्टैंड जीनर डायोड आल्सो? ओके, मैं मान लेता हूँ कि आपको ओपैम्प का डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन यू डोंट अंडरस्टैंड, बट बेसिक एडिंग वर्चुअल ग्राउंड प्रिंसिपल ये तो समझ आ रहा होगा। लेट्स से यू डू नॉट अंडरस्टैंड वेरी बैंड थ्योरी, बट बेसिक मोबिलिटी सेमीकंडक्टर फिजिक्स के फॉर्मूला तो समझ आ रहे होंगे। दिस इज व्हाई वी से दैट इफ यू डू नॉट अंडरस्टैंड द सब्जेक्ट एटलीस्ट डू सेलेक्टिवली। वही मैंने आपको बोला कि पहले अपने आप से पूछो कि इस सब्जेक्ट के अंदर एम आई एट अ नूब लेवल, इफ आई एम एट अ नूब लेवल एट try to do basic things, because there are 6 subjects and from every subject there are going to be 15 marks roughly. From this 15 marks 5 to 6 marks will be very very basic. वो आपने पूरा सब्जेक्ट ही छोड़ दिया तो आपने ये 5-6 मार्क्स यू लॉस दिस 5-6 मार्क्स अननेसेसरीली। आप इसको आराम से डिजिटल गेट से कर सकते थे, यू कुड हैव इजीली डन विद द जीनर डायोड क्वेश्चन, यू कुड हैव इजीली डन the things which we could have done. तो EMT से लोगों को डर लगता है, बट इफ यू डोंट डू EMT completely then you are even leaving the very basic questions which you could have easily solved. तो मेरी एडवाइस आपसे ये रहेगी, अगर हाँ आप सेल्फ स्टडी कर रहे हैं तो यू कैन ओनली डू 10 to 12 टॉपिक्स। तो उसमें तो आप जो भी, उसमें आप ये मत देखो कि आप क्या छोड़ रहे हो, उसमें आप ये देखो कि आप क्या कर रहे हो, बिकॉज आप सभी छोड़ रहे हो लेकिन आप 10 से 12 चीजें कर रहे हो, तो वो अच्छी करो, अच्छे से करो उन चीजों को। But if you are a part of the course or you are going to enroll in a course, I would say I will not allow you to leave any subject. हाँ, आप कोई टॉपिक पूछ लोगे मुझसे कि सर कैन आई लीव दिस स्पेसिफिक टॉपिक ऑफ अ टॉप सब्जेक्ट, यस दैट इज अलाउड, बट पूरा सब्जेक्ट छोड़ के जाना है तो दैट इज नॉट अलाउड। इवन माई BSc स्टूडेंट आई डोंट अलाउ देम टू लीव पर्टुर्बेशन, कि आप पर्टुर्बेशन थ्योरी मत करो बिकॉज यू आर अ BSc स्टूडेंट, नो, because especially if you're a BSc student, you have an advantage that you can do these topics and you can get a good rank in Jest. तो आपके लिए तो वो एडवांटेज है, तो यूज दैट एज एन एडवांटेज, तो कोई भी सब्जेक्ट नहीं छोड़ना है, ठीक है। सो ठीक है, सो दिस इज नंबर वन आइडिया। सो द कोर्स यू कैन ज्वाइन, कोर्स इज ऑलरेडी देयर। सो टुडे आई एम, so till now the course was 3,000 rupees and you can enroll in this course, वेबसाइट पे आपको मिल जाएगा। अगर आपको रोज क्लासेस करनी है, इसके अंदर यू हैव डेली 2 लाइव क्लासेस, वी हैव असाइनमेंट्स, इस असाइनमेंट के बाहर कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है, नथिंग, और आप कुछ कर भी नहीं पाओगे इसके बाहर, आपको ना कुछ करना है और ना ही कुछ कर सकते हो। एंड यू विल गेट ऑल द टेस्ट एंड ऑल द टेस्ट आर ऑफ द टॉप क्वालिटी, आपको इसके अलावा और कोई भी टेस्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं, ना ही आप कर पाओगे। एंड सिलेबस कवरेज इज माई गारंटी, सो मैं उसका सिलेबस कवर करूंगा, बट यू need to give me either for 4.5 hour if you need to cover 60% syllabus and 6+ hours if you are going to cover 80% of the syllabus, ठीक है, ये आपकी तरफ से रिक्वायरमेंट रहेगी इफ यू आर रियली विलिंग टू कंप्लीट दिस सिलेबस, ठीक है। अगर कोई जस्ट क्वालिफाई करता है तो व्हाट आर द डोर्स ओपन फॉर दैट पर्सन? IISc, ऑल द आइजर्स, ठीक है, IMSC, all the research labs, almost all the research labs, CSI are even labs are even started to take just these days. उसके अलावा बहुत से टॉप इंस्टीट्यूट लाइक TIFR, HRI, अगर आपको एस्ट्रोनॉमी में जाना है तो आयुका, एंड देन यू हैव एरीज नैनीताल, राइट, NRBC, right, all these institutions are there for your astronomy. If you are very interested in quantum, then IISc is there, TIFR is there, right, TIFR Hyderabad is there, and then IISR Bhopal is there, right, all of these are for the quantum technology. तो आपके लिए पूरा PhD के गेट्स आर ओपन, एंड द बेस्ट बेनिफिट विच आई थिंक ऑफ जस्ट इज 2 थिंग्स। नंबर 1, आप जो असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर की तैयारी करेंगे ना, उसका आपका बहुत सिग्निफिकेंट पार्ट ऑफ द सिलेबस विल गेट कवर्ड। ऑल द क्वेश्चंस ऑफ UPPSC, MPPSC, जो मैंने थर्मोडायनेमिक्स एंड स्टैटिस्टिकल मैकेनिक्स पढ़ा है, इफ यू ओपन अप द UPPSC पॉलिटेक्निक पेपर और इफ यू ओपन अप दोस पेपर्स, कंप्लीट ऑल द क्वेश्चंस वर फ्रॉम दैट, ठीक है। उसके अलावा योर CSIR नेट प्रिपरेशन विल गेट अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग बूस्ट, बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग बूस्ट। आपके और बाकियों में बहुत डिफरेंस होगा सीएसआर नेट प्रिपरेशन, ठीक है जी। सो दिस इज एन आइडिया। सो ये दो बेनिफिट मुझे लगता है कि दे आर people underestimate that, because we are not only preparing for Jest, we are actually preparing 6 subjects and our assignments are there which are covering all the PYQs। तो वो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है, ठीक है। अब आपके पास जो भी डाउट है अबाउट द करियर इन फिजिक्स और जेस्ट एग्जाम, use me and throw me in a situation, so use the expertise। Sir, please tell which topic should be covered from Singhage book। From Singhage book you need to cover basic mechanics, rotation, electrostatics, magnetism, but very selectively, बहुत selectively, क्योंकि अगर आप करने चले जाएंगे तो बहुत टाइम वेस्ट हो जाएगा, बहुत selective। Sir, is there any way to get access to assignments and tests? No, there is no way। I'm not breaking up the course, ठीक है। So course is full or no, so either you prepare on your own or you join the course। I'm not breaking up because उसके अंदर क्या है, then I cannot give attention। आपको नोट्स में कोई मिस्टेक मिला एंड आई फिक्स्ड दैट मिस्टेक इन द लाइव क्लास एंड देन यू कम एंड मैसेज मी, सर इसमें ये मिस्टेक है तो। और टेस्ट सीरीज में आपको कोई एरर है, मैंने देखा टेस्ट सीरीज बेचकर आई हैव सीन दैट वो उसका कोई बेनिफिट नहीं होता। सो फ्रॉम नाउ ऑन आई एम नॉट लॉन्चिंग एनी टेस्ट सीरीज और सेपरेट कोर्सेज, ओनली फुल कोर्सेज विल बी देयर, ठीक है। उसके बाद इज देयर एनी वे टू, ओके ठीक है, वैलिडिटी फॉर जस्ट स्कोर 2 साल की होती है वैलिडिटी, 1 ईयर और 2 ईयर, ठीक है। लास्ट ईयर इट वाज 2 ईयर, आई थिंक दिस ईयर 1 ईयर ही समझ के चलो। सर अगर सेल्फ स्टडी करूं और ये 30 टॉपिक्स को अच्छे से कर लो, हाँ कर लो, कर लो, कर लो। अगर आप 30 टॉपिक्स खुद से और सारे पीवाईक्यू कर सकते हैं तो बिल्कुल कर लो, सेल्फ स्टडी से कर लो, यू विल क्वालिफाई द एग्जाम। आपको 3 दिन में समझ आ जाएगा कि व्हाई द पीपल आर सेलिंग द कोर्स। बट आर द अदर गुड डिपार्टमेंट्स इन आईआईसी फॉर पीएचडी अदर देन सेंस? In IISc, we have 4 departments which are very good. In IISc, we have 4 departments in which physics student can apply. Number one department is CeNSE। This is Center for Nanoscience and Engineering, which I showed you, जिसका वीडियो मैंने आपको दिखाया। One is known as Physics Department, ठीक है। One is known as Instrumentation and Applied Physics. One is known as High Energy Physics Department, and one is also known as Material Science. So there are 5 departments which you can apply, but they will ask you to prioritize and you can give any 3 preferences। तो इन 5 में से आपको कोई 3 प्रेफरेंसेस देनी पड़ेगी। आई वुड से दैट इफ यू आर इन एक्सपेरिमेंटल साइड, इफ यू वांट टू गो टू एक्सपेरिमेंटल साइड इंडस्ट्री, सो फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस शुड बी सेंस। सेंस के अंदर एवरीवन गेट्स 100% प्लेसमेंट, तो 100% प्लेसमेंट इज देयर। सेंस शुड बी नंबर 1 preference, number 2 preference should be physics, and number 3 preference should be IAB। This should be the preference, instrumentation and applied physics। These are the 3 options। दिस डिपार्टमेंट इज लिटिल रूथलेस, मतलब थोड़ा सा जो है, थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ है इस डिपार्टमेंट में, बट ठीक है। सो पुट इट इन द थर्ड प्रेफरेंस। नाउ इफ यू आर अ थ्योरेटिकल साइड, सो फर्स्ट प्रेफरेंस शुड गो टू हाई एनर्जी फिजिक्स, सेकंड, और फर्स्ट फिजिक्स को दे सकते हैं, सेकंड गो टू हाई एनर्जी फिजिक्स, एंड यही दो आपके थ्योरेटिकल के लिए बनती हैं। आप थोड़ा बहुत करना होगा तो मटेरियल साइंस में थर्ड, बिकॉज आई सेंस इज कंप्लीटली एक्सपेरिमेंटल and instrumentation and applied physics is also experimental, so these two are experimental, तो इनमें तो कोई चांस नहीं है। material science contains both theory as well as experiment। high energy physics is purely theoretical, physics also contains both experiment as well as theory। तो this should be your preference for theory and for experiment। what are the other good department? हो गया, can we get free assignments? Sir, if I start watching from today, yes, I will make sure that you understand from today। आपको previous classes की जरूरत ना पड़े। So if you start watching from today, you will understand the live classes। If someone do not have JEE background and we are not able to do those kind of thing, then what to do? First of all, you follow the syllabus। if you don't have JEE background, तो पहले तो आप syllabus follow करो, पहले आप अपने PYQs खत्म करो, and then for selective topics like basic mechanics, basic EMT, do last 2 years of JEE mains, not too many, only last 2 years of JEE mains, ठीक है। स्टार्ट फ्रॉम देयर। वंस यू डू लास्ट 2 years ऑफ जेईई मेंस, आपको समझ आ जाएगा कि एवरीथिंग इज जस्ट गेटिंग रिपीटेड हियर एंड देयर, हियर एंड देयर। उससे ज्यादा आपको कुछ नहीं चाहिए होता है इन जेईई मेंस। सर, आई गॉट 50% इन बीएससी एंड देन आई गॉट एडमिशन इन इंस्टीट्यूट। ओके, व्हाट इज द क्वेश्चन इन दिस? इस साल
सर,
वो, हाँ जी
सर मेरा बीएससी में 55% है, मतलब उससे थोड़ा सा एबव है, 60% में तो क्या टीफर नाइजर और आईआईएससी में हम जा सकते हैं इंटरव्यू देने के बाद?
डिवीजन क्या है आपका? डिवीजन क्या है? व्हाट इज योर डिवीजन? 55% इज डिफरेंट इन ऑल द यूनिवर्सिटीज. आपके पास ए डिवीजन है?
सेकेंड डिवीजन.
No,
सेकेंड डिवीजन है.
many places will not allow you. First division is required in most places. ठीक है. कुछ कुछ इंस्टीट्यूट रिलैक्स कर देते हैं, बट कुछ इंस्टीट्यूशंस मोस्टली नीड फर्स्ट डिवीजन. Sir, I want to go. Okay, sir, I'm only doing assignment of the course and covering my backlog parallelly. Is it enough? Yes, it is not only enough, it is more than enough. अगर आप कोर्स का सब कर लेते हैं, उससे ऊपर आपको कुछ नहीं चाहिए. और जेस्ट वाले दिन you can even match the questions. If we do PhD from BARC, then we do have opportunity to be scientific officer after PhD. देखिए, आपको बार्क में साइंटिस्ट बनने का चांस मिलेगा. इससे आपने वहां पीएचडी किया, इससे कोई लेना देना नहीं. You can do PhD from anywhere and you have an equal chance to be a scientific officer at BARC. ठीक है. So don't do PhD from BARC institutions. Do the PhD from the good place, and then you can apply to BARC, DRDO, all the CSIR labs to be a scientific officer. ठीक है. So that is more important. Sir, is there placement for theoretical physics department? Placement in theoretical physics is only in academic structure. So only in academic departments, in postdoc, Ramanujan faculties, temporary faculties in foreign universities. These are the kind of opportunities you have. You don't have industrial jobs. Sir, what about astronomy and astrophysics department of IISc? IISc के अंदर astronomy and astrophysics department भी. Does anyone know what? Do we have a separate astronomy department in IISc? कोई unmute करके बता सकता है if someone has an idea?
I think
They
it's
were
within the
having,
physics
but now not.
department.
मुझे तो मिला नहीं. आई थिंक वो फिजिक्स के अंदर ही रिसर्च करते हैं, एस्ट्रोनॉमी एस्ट्रोफिजिक्स.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So Harsananda, there is no separate astronomy and astrophysics department. It is within physics department. How is the quantum computing and information group? Which group? मतलब there are many quantum computing and information groups. मतलब 3 या 4 professor I think in IISc is working on it. Which group are you asking? Could you please share? Yes, I will share the recording later on the YouTube. Sir, 30 most important take की list. हाँ, मैं अभी भेज दूंगा. After the session, I will share the photographs and PDF. You can see the 30 most important things. What is MTech research options in sense for form for PhD? देखिए, MTech research नहीं है, एक MTech only है. MTech research I think is for those people who are sponsored candidates or something like that. There is an MTech also in sense, so you can also do MTech. This also has an 100% placement. ठीक है. But I think they take it from gate, and if just result comes on time, then they can also accept just. But just का result time पे आना चाहिए. So MTech is there in sense, that is there. So that is also a good program if you are looking from job point of view. But मैं कभी नहीं किसी को रिकमेंड करता हूँ कि सिर्फ MTech के बारे में सोचो, PhD के बारे में सोचो. वो आपको वहां जाकर समझ आ जाएगा. एक्स्ट्रा 3 ईयर लगाने से आप काफी ऊपर पहुंच जाएंगे. You will be at much higher in ladder. But ठीक है, MTech is also fun. It's good. Very top people are doing MTech and they are at the top places. For quantum physics, which institute is best? Again, IISc, TIFR. मतलब quantum physics are very, मतलब if you ask anyone today, what is your research topic, they will say quantum physics. ठीक है, they will say quantum physics. आप किसी से भी पूछ लो. Anyone here PhD agrees to my statement? आप किसी से भी पूछो, वो यही बोलेगा वो quantum physics में रिसर्च करता है. Because there is a quantum technology funding coming in. तो आप किसी से भी, जो टीचर का कोई लेना देना नहीं था. मटेरियल साइंस पीपल आर सेइंग दैट दे आर क्वांटम साइंटिस्ट. ठीक है. सो क्वांटम के अंदर क्या मटेरियल्स, कंडेंस मैटर, क्वांटम का एप्लीकेशन कहाँ यूज कर रहे हो. क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स इज अ थ्योरी. वेयर आर यू यूजिंग दैट थ्योरी? दैट इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है. बट कोई भी टॉप इंस्टीट्यूट करो, क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स इज अ थ्योरी विच इज यूज्ड इन एवरी रिसर्च. तो उसमें कोई ऐसा नहीं है. For is any class? Yes, today class will be there 6 to 9 p.m. Could you tell about PhD at RRI in like experience? Very good place. RRI I would say is a very hidden name but very good place. I really like RRI environment. तो रमन रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूशन में अगर आपको चांस मिले तो बेस्ट प्लेस. क्वांटम के लिए बहुत अच्छा है, मतलब क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग के लिए तो और भी अच्छा है. Sir, I'm BSc student and I want to go for MSc IISc. Will I get? Yes, you will get. आप इंटीग्रेटेड PhD या MSc ज्वाइन करो. सो दिस ईयर फ्रॉम IISc you can join MSc or you can join integrated PhD. So you have both the options for first time in the history. So आप अच्छा just rank लाओ and you can get both. Sir, I didn't watch the first lecture of magnetic force. Can I watch today's class? Yes, you can join today's class. Today I'm going to start Biot-Savart's law, so that's not a problem. Sir, जिसको आइजर में अप्लाई करना है जेस्ट के थ्रू, उनके लिए पोर्टल अगेन यस। जिन्होंने देखो एप्लीकेशन का रुक जाओ, 2 दिन बाद मैं सेशन लूंगा एप्लीकेशन का, आई विल टेल। ठीक है, वेट फॉर सम टाइम। आइजर पुणे इज आल्सो वेरी ग्रेट प्लेस। सर, आई हैव डन क्वांटम फील्ड थ्योरी प्रॉपर्ली इन एमएससी, विल दैट अफेक्ट मी? नो, दैट डज नॉट अफेक्ट मी। No one asks quantum field theory in interviews. If you go in an interview and say QFT, that is your mistake. Never use such fancy words in an interview. Don't even accept the fact that you know quantum field theory. They will only ask you because they are, समझो इस बात को समझो। If I am an interviewer and I have to trap you, I can trap you everywhere in only in infinite potential well. अगर मुझे infinite potential well दे दिया जाए और मुझे बोला जाए कि स्टूडेंट को 10 अच्छे क्वेश्चन पूछने, तो मैं इसी में से आपको ट्रैप कर लूंगा। मुझे क्वांटम फील्ड थ्योरी तक जाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। सो दे आर नॉट चेकिंग द नॉलेज, दे आर नॉट चेकिंग द ब्रॉडनेस ऑफ योर नॉलेज, दे आर चेकिंग द डेप्थ ऑफ योर नॉलेज। इंटरव्यूज ऑलवेज चेक द डेप्थ, दे डोंट चेक द ब्रॉडनेस कि अच्छा अच्छा आपको जीटीआर पता है। नहीं, अगर आप बोलोगे मुझे जीटीआर नहीं पता, मुझे ये पता है, तो दैट इज मच बेटर। देन दे विल चेक यू द डेप्थ। अच्छा ठीक है, क्वांटम इन्फिनिट पोटेंशियल वेल है, उसमें 10 क्वेश्चन वो पूछेंगे। सो अंडरस्टैंड दिस वन पॉइंट, ब्रॉडनेस नेवर मेट। अगर आप इंटरव्यू में ऑनेस्ट हैं एंड यू टेल मी दैट आई डोंट नो दिस टॉपिक, फाइन, दे विल आस्क यू विच टॉपिक यू नो। हाँ, बट अगर आप इररेलेवेंट टॉपिक बता रहे हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप यू आर अप्लाइंग इन सेंटर फॉर नैनो साइंस एंड देन यू आर टेलिंग माय फेवरेट टॉपिक इज पार्टिकल फिजिक्स, तो ऑब्वियसली वो कहेंगे सर आप फिर कहीं और जाइए। ठीक है ना, तो रेलेवेंट टॉपिक बताना है, बट डेप्थ इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट। ठीक है, सो आई मेंट हाउ इज रिसर्च इन एस्ट्रोनॉमी एंड एस्ट्रो, वेरी गुड। मतलब क्या यार, मतलब तुम पूछ रहे हो आईआईएससी में रिसर्च कैसा है? बहुत अच्छा है सर, बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत। किसी भी देखो मुश्किल है, कुछ कुछ प्रोफेसर सर मुश्किल, वो बातें अलग होती हैं, लेकिन अच्छा है रिसर्च, ऐसा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है सर। फॉर थ्योरेटिकल फिजिक्स आई पीएचडी विच इंस्टीट्यूट्स आर गुड? क्यूईडी, क्यूएफटी एंड स्ट्रिंग थ्योरी। रिजल्ट आ जाए फिर बात करेंगे, मतलब अभी ना ये बातें करना इज नॉट गुड थिंग। सर विच डिपार्टमेंट टू अप्लाई टू गो? डिपार्टमेंट कौन से अप्लाई करने हैं ये बाद में बातें करूंगा, अभी नहीं मैं ये बात करूंगा। रिजल्ट आने तो फिर इसके ऊपर मैं डिटेल बात करूंगा कि हाँ भाई यहाँ यहाँ अप्लाई करो। अभी के लिए फोकस ऑन द एग्जाम। एग्जाम रिलेटेड कुछ क्वेश्चन है तो पूछ लो। ठीक है, नो नॉट ऑल संडेज, ओनली टुडे संडे, बिकॉज आई गेव यू लास्ट 2 days हॉलीडे बिकॉज ऑफ द बार्क एग्जाम, दैट इज वाई टुडे संडे वी हैव द क्लास। ठीक है, हाँ। ऑनलाइन प्रोजेक्ट वर्क अगर आपको मिल रहा है तो यू कैन डू महक। सर आई हैव नॉट क्वालिफाइड गेट 26 एंड नेट एंड कंप्लीटेड माय एमएससी लास्ट ईयर, सो शुड आई डू ऑलरेडी अ ड्रॉपर? खुशबू, आई विल रिकमेंड यू टू गिव ऑल द अपकमिंग एग्जाम, जस्ट दो, एंड जस्ट के साथ साथ ट्राई टू गिव सीएसआर नेट ऑल्सो, एंड मेक श्योर करो कि बाय जून यू गेट सेटल्ड समवेयर। आपका ड्रॉप जो है वो एक्सटेंड नहीं होना चाहिए। ठीक है सर, बेस्ड ऑन करंट ट्रेंड्स विच फील्ड यू रिकमेंड? Answer is same forever. Which field you like? There is always a scope for best people. There is no scope of best field. Field is not best. Every field can be best if you like that field. तो आप अपने आप से पहले क्वेश्चन पूछो, डू आई लाइक एक्सपेरिमेंटल और थ्योरेटिकल? देन इन एक्सपेरिमेंटल विच सब्जेक्ट एक्साइट्स मी? थोड़ा बहुत आपको पता होना चाहिए कि विच सब्जेक्ट एक्साइट्स। आपको बहुत ज्यादा डिटेल नहीं पता रहना रखना है कि हाँ भाई which exactly the topic of my research should be, that much no one knows. ठीक है, so go for the topic you like, don't think about current trend, everything is current. ठीक है, there are professors who are working in superconductivity and then they have transformed themselves into quantum technology, whatever, मतलब in whatever field money comes you can transform your research into that. तो आपको कोई एक फील्ड के पीछे नहीं भागना है, यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन योर पैशन, बिकॉज आइडियाज आने चाहिए ना। पीएचडी का मतलब होता है यू आर गेटिंग एन आइडियाज, व्हेन यू आर रीडिंग द रिसर्च पेपर इट इज नॉट बर्डन फॉर यू, इट इज अ एक्साइटमेंट फॉर यू, है ना। रिसर्च पेपर पढ़ना मुश्किल ही होता है, बट एटलीस्ट 10% तो एक्साइटमेंट हो मन में कि हाँ भाई क्या है पता तो चले, क्या इतना तो एक्साइटमेंट रहना चाहिए ना। बट अगर बिल्कुल ही नहीं, मतलब हमें बर्डन लग रहा है काम, तो फिर पीएचडी आप कहीं से भी कर लो, आप एमआईटी से भी पीएचडी करोगे तो जॉब नहीं मिलेगी। सर आई हैव ओनली फील्ड एग्जाम्स, दिस इज अ डिफरेंस एक्चुअली। आपने अगर देखा होगा ना, दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी, बनारस हिंदू यूनिवर्सिटी, यहाँ पर बहुत से अच्छे प्रोफेसर हैं, बट स्टिल नॉट मेनी ब्रिलियंट पीपल्स आर कमिंग आउट ऑफ इट। बहुत अच्छे जो है रिसर्चर निकल के नहीं आ रहे इन फिजिक्स. In other subjects, definitely it is coming. The reason being because the people who are enrolling in that PhDs are not passionate enough. तो पैशन बहुत मैटर करता है पीएचडी. पीएचडी इज अ पैशन डिमांडिंग थिंग. आपको मतलब थोड़ा सा उस तरह के स्कोप में घुसना पड़ेगा, बट पहले घुसो, पैशन खुद आ जाता है. पहले से नहीं होता किसी को पैशन. ऐसा नहीं कि करेंगे पीएचडी. पैशन इज ऑलवेज अबाउट research labs. Passion is always about infrastructure, environment, those kind of things. वो आपको initially motivate करती है, and then in a PhD once you get involved, then your passion develops for the field as such. ठीक है. Then you realize that what is the respect you have of an international publication, what is the respect you have for a nature's paper. These are the things. ठीक है. No, your drop does not affect your selection. ड्रॉप से उनको कोई लेना देना नहीं होता. Absolutely not. But आपको stupid answer मत दे देना. Some people give stupid answer. For example, they say that I was preparing for government exams, but I did not got selected. So now I am thinking PhD as a backup. जैसे ही आपने ये बोला, they will make sure that you don't get PhD. ठीक है. You give honest answers. Sir, from last 2-3 years, I was preparing for my exams, or I was working from home. These kind of answers. Don't give stupid answers. They sir, I was working in something else. वो हुआ नहीं तो अब यहाँ पर कर रहा हूँ. So this don't do. ठीक है. So don't make it look like that PhD is your second option. That is the main idea. ठीक है. Yes, BSc students are applicable to apply for NET, and it is very advisable कि आप BSc फाइनल ईयर में ही नेट क्वालिफाई कर ले और इस लूप से जल्दी बाहर आए. ठीक है. ठीक है. चलो ठीक है. I will end the session here. I have to go somewhere, and then the today's class will be at 6 p.m. If you are interested, you can join our Jest course and start your preparation. So I hope this session was helpful. I will share a useful PDF with you on the Jest resources and also the topic which you need. Okay? So thank you for attending this session. I wish you all the best of luck, and I really manifest that this year you get into the top places. ठीक है. आपकी फोटो आईआईएससी के सामने हो, आइजर्स के सामने हो, आईआईटीज के सामने हो, and you get what you like in this year. ठीक है. So best wishes to all of you. ठीक है. That's all for today. Bye bye from my side. Yeah.